Or,
No.
or even opinion. Doesn't even mean you get your opinion voiced, but I guess he was kept in the loop.
Just so you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All right, we're back with more next on The Drill. Thank you,
Well,
brother.
how do y'all decide what it is? I can only imagine in today's era of cable television that some
boom, boom, boom. In fairness, sometimes I'll be doing a spot or you'll be doing a spot and conversation will be.
But lower though.
But he
that may
just
have been the loudest.
He just blurted it right out.
Just screaming across like nothing's going on.
Sweet Tori was just doing her local sports update, and he's like, "Let them know that the audio's down on YouTube and we're working on it."
Yeah.
I got a lot going on
Hey,
right now.
Man.
so we just want y'all to know.
Yeah.
We know the audio's down
But
on
they
YouTube.
can't
I don't know why you're looking
Yeah.
at the camera
They
doing
can't
that.
hear
They
you.
can't hear you.
But they
Lip
can-
readers?
They can hear on the other
Yeah.
platforms because we're also streaming on Facebook.
Man, we stream everywhere. Man, we're streaming humpers as well.
2 words. You. First word, you. Second word sounds like boob.
What?
Oh my
You
God.
too.
Oh.
Bro, it's not even 9 o'clock.
What? I'm giving clues. I'm charading
We did
it.
this before last time. It was with. What is it with you, Denny? You bring that out of me.
I don't know. I
Last
don't
time
know.
it was boobies.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you almost got me
Man,
fired, Danny.
He did.
It's your fault.
That was all you.
Huh?
I had no influence on that.
Oh gosh, Denny Thompson in the house here, ready to talk. Well, first off, obviously as Jag people, we're watching a lot of changes going on. with
They're
our
saying
Jag.
now that we haven't. By the way.
Sound up on you sounds like boob. Tube.
Wait, it's already fixed?
Yep.
We went through all that. It's
Yeah.
already fixed.
Well, I don't know. That's what somebody said. It's working now. They said whatever that.
Hey, let them know the audio's back on YouTube.
I got a lot going on.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
well,
got
it did
you.
stand out. It stood out because it's not normally like it. So yeah, I mean, poor Tori. I mean, she's still green. Green over here.
Yeah.
And I got Mr. Coast Guard captain over here, just pushing her head underwater. Huh?
Why are you drowning?
Hey, listen, when Tori's done with her update, I was thinking we could go get a sandwich.
Hick, you go in the first watch. I want the omelet.
I thought maybe it was like some
Did y'all
type
hear?
of initiation or something. I didn't know.
Did anybody hear him? You think?
No, because they would have said something.
Oh my God.
They
No.
would have said something.
All right,
was funny.
here are James Gladstone's. These are
Okay.
with quotations around them. So
All right,
as to
all right.
what he said about the roster, what they told us about the roster.
Okay.
Here are the, I guess, closest to what we were inferring before. There's talent in a lot of key spots. It was said the talent that exists on this team is better than the record. Better than that record, which is a little more emphatic. So
Okay.
gives you an idea that they didn't think that.
Okay.
But that's in line with we're better. Than a 4-1 team. By the way, then you're lucky to be here, Mr. Gladstone, because my formula is always this: if the talent is better than the record, you need a new coach. If the record's better than the talent, you need a new GM.
It's fair.
But I will say this about all these moves: people are freaking out way too much. I mean, if these
I
happen,
don't think people are freaking out.
okay, if things happen today and then again, well, as far as how they're characterizing it, we haven't heard the word rebuild until after all this yesterday. I guess that's what I mean.
Okay.
But if these moves had trickled in, like they sometimes do over the course of the summer, you would hardly notice.
What's the normal average turnover of an NFL roster?
Almost half.
But it's not. But what isn't normal is giving up like 3/4 of your healthy production in the pass game. And Engram and Kirk provided all the numbers here when they were on the field.
Yeah. But
And when they were off the field, the
with
offense
Brian
suffered.
Thomas there.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
The
That
Ingram
changes
thing is
things.
the one that I was like, oh wow, that's a little surprising to me. But also don't know how they plan on using the tight end.
Maybe on routes long,
That's-
2 or 3 yards.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And they block.
Yeah.
They got to block in Liam's offense, I think. So,
I mean, that would be my assumption is you look at him and go, okay, he doesn't fit what we're trying to do, and here's a way to free up some cap. That's just an assumption.
Play some quarterback carousel decision making for us, Denny. In terms of the National Football League, like it's interesting, man. It's like there's a handful of teams that still desperately need quarterbacks. The Giants went all in on Matthew Stafford, so the Giants are definitely on the hunt. A lot of people think the Giants are going to trade up and try and get Cam Ward. But what veteran would you want if you had a team? Like, would you want Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold or Justin Fields or which one would you earmark?
Well, I'm such an Aaron Rodgers guy, and I think
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers has something to prove, and there's still stuff left in the tank.
Okay.
And I think Aaron Rodgers also lets you draft a guy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can draft a guy, bring Aaron Rodgers in, and know you're only going to get 2 or 3 years. You bring in Justin Fields, and Justin Fields coming in there. thinking he's a long-term solution.
Okay.
Right? And I think Sam Darnold's kind of that same way. He's still young.
Yeah.
So just for that reason, I don't think either one of those are a long-term solution in the NFL. So for that reason, I would pick Aaron Rodgers.
Denny,
Why does Justin Fields not? I'm surprised Justin Fields isn't getting a second full opportunity. Is he? Do we know?
or did he get one in Pittsburgh?
I
mean, he got 4, 5, 6 games, didn't he?
Only when Russ was hurt. They never
Well, yeah,
gave
but
him the job.
If he had,
Didn't they win though? Didn't they end up being part of the narrative? Weren't they like 5-1 with him or something? I don't know.
That's a great question. We've
I'd
talked
like
about
to
that
see
before.
him. I don't.
Yeah.
He was the third pick in the draft, and then you played in a Chicago city that can't produce a passer no matter what they do. Good luck, Ben Johnson and Caleb. You know, and then he goes to Pittsburgh, another man. You want to draw up some of the toughest places to play as a quarterback. Why won't the Raiders playing in that dome give him? Why can't somebody say, you know what? I see what Lamar does. I see what Jaden Daniels does. I see what Josh Allen. I see what Jalen Hurts. You know, why don't we use this guy
he can't throw it.
at all?
I don't know.
He was
I'll ask Denny.
supposedly
It's
super
not good.
accurate coming in,
Yeah,
though.
it's not good. I
Did they
will say
change
that.
his? What happened? Wasn't he an accurate quarterback coming in?
Yeah, but I think there's such a big difference in college and pro in the aspect of like just the length of these guys and having to be super, super accurate, where in college you don't.
Right.
It's not nearly.
It's not.
the
It's
same.
It's cliche, but it's very true. The windows are so much smaller. in
If
the
there's
NFL.
even a window, like if
Yeah, you got to like Aaron Rodgers, is the greatest anticipator I've ever
unbelievable
seen. Yeah.
anticipation, creation, like
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
because he will throw to a covered guy and find
Yes.
that one window.
Yes.
I think, just my opinion on this is, I think Justin Fields is stuck in an area right now where he's gonna want to get paid something. He's
Yeah.
gonna want to be a long-term guy, but nobody's gonna want to commit that to him.
And I don't love. I'm not advocating for him, but I am
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah,
that-
yeah,
fair. It's definitely fair.
I'm not surprised Zach Wilson's not getting another shot. I'm not surprised Mitch Trubisky's not getting another shot. It feels like with Justin Fields, that somebody would just be willing to throw it like the call somebody.
But who would, if you were
The
Yes.
Raiders or anybody, who
Yeah.
would you take, him or Mac Jones?
Oh, I'd take Justin Fields over Mac Jones.
I don't know if I would.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you know more than I do.
Yeah, I think I would take Mac.
Well, that
Yeah.
tells us where you rate him, though. That's pretty low.
Well,
I mean,
well, but
with all
I-
due respect to Mac, I mean, that's those guys.
The one thing I will say about Justin is I talk about traits all the time, and
Uh-huh.
he has some elite traits.
Okay.
I mean, he is a legitimate 4.40 guy.
right.
Can throw the ball as far as he needs to. It's just he's struggling. And listen, to be fair, I think AR is he's coming into a year
Big
where
year.
he's
Big- when
The pro kid.
right.
Everything so much matters.
Yep.
All the little pieces of the puzzle, all the little tests, all the little numbers. Okay? One of the little numbers is hand size. Jalen Milroe went from
Yeah.
sub 9, which is like red flagville,
Yeah.
to like 9.5.
So show me how they did.
Okay, actually, I will
show you.
I know.
It's legitimate.
I
Like,
know.
you can stretch out. You can stretch the hands out.
Right.
There's people that do that. And then there's technique to this.
Yes, so
So
show
if he
me.
walked into the Senior Bowl and he
Yeah.
just kind of went here, he's wrong. And
Well,
YouTube.
he had to know that he doesn't have big hands, though. So
well,
you gotta,
I mean, I don't have huge hands, but
Right.
I can measure at 9 1/4.
okay,
Right? It's
Yeah.
all about kind of where you put that pressure,
Right.
and push down.
okay.
Yeah, basically, he tried harder to have bigger hands at the combine.
yeah, he got
For real.
like-
and he probably stretched it somewhat. And then he's like, "Oh my God, I need to find it." And then he, like to Denny's point, and that's what you do. You just measure from there to there. That's your hand size.
Yeah. So
It seems like a dumb way to do it.
Well, if you spent a month,
Shouldn't your finger length matter?
I mean, I
Or
guess
they're saying if he goes
assume-
to there, there's a
I
ratio.
mean, if
unless
you
you're a
spend a
freak of
month
some sort.
working on that, you would improve.
You would, yeah,
too.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You
just
can work on
flexibility.
it out.
It's
Work on it.
flexibility. Yeah.
Push.
No,
Yeah, it's just, it really is just flexibility.
You know what he needs to? He needs to learn that Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon, and dislocate two of them, stick it out. He's got 14-inch hands. Unbelievable.
There
My
are
God.
quarterbacks that have been chastised about this in the past, who like their pinky will not spread unless it's on something.
Okay.
Right? Like it's just kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
because they get broken and
Right.
whatnot.
So they
Yeah.
measure like 8.5, but really when you put it on a football, it's like 9 1/4.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that seems like the dumbest measurement in the history to make.
But people
Watch a guy throw.
Well, an NFL football is not small.
yeah, but I can
It's
still
a
have
big,
him throw it.
It's bigger than the college football.
Yeah, it's a little fatter.
Yeah.
It's grip strength, hand size. It matters, but if they've navigated this far without,
right.
To the draft.
and it also depends where.
Mhm.
Like, this week was super windy here,
Right.
and Caleb was in town,
Yes.
and I got a whole new respect for Chicago.
That's what I mean. How hard it is to throw. It's something there. They've never had a 3,000-yard passer. Is that what it is?
4,000.
And the 30 touchdown guy they've never had.
Never had.
They've never had a 30 touchdown passer in today's NFL. It's unbelievable.
But the point is, like, am I going to draft him there if he's got small hands? Not Jalen specifically, but with the small, probably not.
What did Caleb say? How much interaction has he had
I didn't ask.
with the new coach?
I didn't ask.
You don't know?
No.
All right.
No, I really
I'm
don't.
curious about that.
I've been in and out so much.
Because I
that-
do feel like in the comparison world, while we're excited about our guy, the big comparison is going to be Chicago and Jacksonville going forward. Because that was the other guy that everybody wanted.
each has a quarterback that the league hasn't given up on.
Right.
Yep.
Ben Johnson
Yep.
versus Liam Cohen, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Gladstone against, Poles. There's a lot of comparisons there.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch. But I'm curious how that's going to evolve over there. They're in a much tougher division than we are. That's for sure.
Yeah, right now on paper,
Yes.
yeah. Certainly. The thing about this division though is, man, if some teams figure it out,
Yeah.
it could be a fun division. I mean,
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple years ago, we're looking at this thing going, wait, we may be one of the toughest ones
Mm-hmm.
in the league, and then it just kind of fell off. But it's still young quarterbacks, and we don't know what Tennessee's going to do. Talk about another landing place for Aaron Rodgers, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they get this thing figured out, and Jacksonville gets this thing figured out, and this division's tough. Indy's going to be good.
Yeah, they have talent. Another play there. Yeah, listen, it's a game. You got to have the quarterback. He's got to play at a high level, not
Right.
just an okay level.
Yep. But that roster at Indy is actually pretty decent.
That's what I mean. The
Yeah.
surrounding,
Yep.
everything surrounding the quarterback position. There's probably as good as the other teams in the.
I think so too. Yep.
Danny, did you ever think in your career that has taken some twists and turns along the way?
Yeah.
Some interesting. You should write a book, by the way. It'd be a pretty good one. When you're done, maybe you write a book.
Maybe. I don't
That's
know.
some good stories. Oh gosh, it'd be some good stories. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
No, you know.
But
you
I'm-
know.
Confessions of
He
a
knows.
Whisperer.
I'm just guessing. That's Dan's way of saying I'm not going to hang you out to dry here.
Cue
guys.
me confessions.
But I'm curious, like, when did you, or how do you, or do you even, your one of your guys is on TMZ.
Right. Yeah. So,
We've obtained the police footage, and it was fine. It was nothing bad.
right.
But when you hear TMZ, do you go,
Yeah.
What? Oh, they just got because what happened was Carson had his car stolen.
They found the cars.
Well, no, the police came to the house.
Right.
They wear
Sure.
Body cam.
body cams now.
Yeah.
Well, Carson and his girl
How's that-
are outside.
How's that
and
even news, by the way? What are we even
That's what we
doing?
do, man.
Well, I to that point right there, I got a
Come
text
on.
from
You shouldn't
his
be allowed
attorney.
to do that.
Uh-huh.
Just walk up like that and show them just interacting.
Well,
I agree. It's such a weird.
if he did a crime, that's one thing. Then you release it.
Yeah.
I mean, that private these body cam videos shouldn't just be public consumption or news.
At a very vulnerable moment. I got a call from his attorney because I was down there last week when it was released.
okay.
He's like, hey, TMZ's got some. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then I pull it up. So I'm like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, it was
like,
fine.
He's respectful. It is what it is. But my next thought was, that can't. you
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to release this.
Well, you shouldn't. That's why TMZ pays for it.
Yeah.
And somebody did release it probably illegally.
I'm saying
I
TMZ
guess.
shouldn't be allowed to broadcast. It's just weak. I
Well,
don't know.
TMZ's
We didn't get paid for it.
I know.
No, but there's always a leak.
Whoever shot,
it may have been the
cop
police.
shot.
I don't know.
Well, it had to be. It came from them.
Yeah.
Or somebody hacked in.
I'm guessing.
How about this? Moving forward, how about body cam video shouldn't be available? Only in court, right? When it comes to like the legality, but just it's like voyeurism.
But I did tell Carson, I was like, you've made it now because
Yeah,
there's body
congratulations.
cam video on
You're on
TMZ.
TMZ.
Yeah,
that's
like
pretty
that's
good.
it, man.
That's a pretty
You've
good
made it.
deal.
What a heck of a
you
couple
know.
of months that kid's had. Good grief.
Yeah.
Some people do, worse damage just doing their own selfie vid. So there's that.
I'll bet he'll
that's
be
fair.
anxious to just get back to football soon.
Very.
It makes you realize that, man, all this junk, I just really want to play football.
Are you buying that Arch Manning is the best quarterback in college football?
No.
Having not played, because we had a list yesterday, and again, I don't want to. I'm not here to kill the golden child, but I'd like to see a guy actually play before I say he's the best. And that's a list that has some experienced quarterbacks who've proven themselves. If you right now, Denny, knowing what you know, you could have Arch Manning or DJ Lagway. Is it Manning? I mean, everyone would say it's Manning. I'm not saying I wouldn't say it's Manning, but I'm just curious how close those two are, because I was surprised that Lagway played, showed results on field, and is 10th in this list, and Manning barely played, although did have results when he did, and he's number one.
I'm gonna take DJ for one reason.
Really, you take him over Manning?
Yes, for one reason.
Okay.
I saw both of them live play against Georgia.
Okay.
Because remember, Manning went in. They
Yeah.
benched Ewers, and Manning went in, and he looked. I mean, it was-
overmatched.
Yes, and maybe that was just Georgia that night.
Yeah.
Right.
But Florida has a chance in that Florida
Yeah.
Georgia game if DJ don't go out. So that's the only reason. And I think DJ's got a unique skill set. I really do. I don't know what it is. There's nothing that just jumps off. But the way he navigates the game is pretty impressive.
Should I be concerned that he has lingering shoulder issues as we start spring and we're going to limit him in the spring, which I don't even know he had shoulder
Yeah,
issues.
I mean, by
so-
the way, I don't need to be limiting young players. So
so
whoever
it
allowed
threw
it
me
gets
a
to
little
this
bit there,
point.
Danny. What's my thought here as a fan? Should I be concerned?
I don't.
I'm
I don't-
concerned.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan, you probably should be concerned if you're starting quarterback.
Lingering
is-
shoulder? What's
Yeah.
lingering? Are you going to tell me in a month he needs surgery? If he does, then get it now. What are we waiting for?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just curious, though. If you tell
I mean,
me,
it's never a good thing when your
can't be
quarterback
good.
has shoulder issues.
and
no.
lower body, which I get, that's the hamstring. Okay, I'm still recovering. That's fine. We're not going to run him or whatever. I'm cool with that. You also have to understand that Napier has a bad track record, and it's not his fault. It's bad luck, but he's yet to get a quarterback through a whole season in 3 years.
Anthony got through it, didn't he?
No, he got hurt. There was times that he has not played a whole season.
Oh, I thought he played every game.
I'm gonna have to check on
that year.
I'm
He
pretty
was
sure I
hurt,
read
but
that.
I thought that he went through the whole season. But regardless, yeah, I mean, anytime your quarterback has shoulder issues, it's limiting his throwing. I mean, obviously, now it is just spring.
I get it.
I mean, it is just March.
I'd rather you come out and say we're not. He's fine, but I'm not. There's nothing.
Well, here's Dan's point is, if he's got a shoulder, what kind of doctoring are they doing down there? The season ends. I'm assuming he didn't suffer this shoulder injury in the last 2 months. It happened during the football
we hope,
season.
yeah.
How about you have a staff that's pragmatic enough to realize in January that, look, we're probably better off just having this done.
Right.
You do the surgery then, and then, look, DJ Lagway, we're all excited about. He's not a finished product that can just sit out spring. There's no benefit or value to him throwing it around and working on timing. They got a whole bunch of new guys. I don't.
Well, here they obviously aren't that worried about it because they didn't hit like the transfer portal or they did. You know what I mean? Like
we got Harrison Bailey.
So they obviously aren't that worried about it. I feel like they would have dealt with the offseason a little differently if it was a big concern for them. I mean, this is DJ's team. So whatever it is, I'm sure it's just a minor little thing.
Yeah, maybe that's incorrect because Anthony Richardson did play 12 games. So I'll have to check.
He's banged up. He may have gone out of a game, but to Denny's point, yeah, he was in there most of the time. He just was his spotty play at times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Quarterback whisperer. What do you got this week? What's going on?
I got 7-on-7 with Walker this week, man. I'm excited. Going down to Orlando.
Are you coaching?
No, heck no, man. I'm the ultimate dad on that thing. I just sit back and watch. Don't say
you got to
a
do
word.
so much with so many other prospects. I'm sure it's extra fun just for
Just doing with your
hang out with your
yeah,
kid.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Yep.
How old is he?
just turned 14 this week.
All right.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Have we announced
When
our
we
high
commit-
school intentions
Is he
yet?
going to commit along with Baby Gronk at any point? Can we
No,
start-
I don't think
get
so.
the Baby Gronk treatment, start
Let us know
committing
when-
everywhere.
Let us know when the
talk him into
presser
golf.
is.
I'm just trying to talk him into golf right now.
Hey, E, before we let him out of here, I do have a speed trap alert in play this morning, brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories.
Hey, let's get that speed trap alert out. Speed trap.
Yeah, we're northbound Southside Boulevard between Beach and Hogan. That's right outside here. And keep it down. I know you're coming here to see it. You're rushing here to get a glimpse of the world-famous Dan Hicken, but keep those speeds down. All right, let's do this. Let's come back. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Trust for all your commercial roll-off needs.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The world will be watching Ponte Vedra.
And the Scheffler victory train just keeps on rolling.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by Roundtree Sauce
Surfside Pools
and Performance Painting.
on 1010XL.
Buying a diamond, wedding band, or piece of fashion jewelry in Jacksonville? You have two choices. You can go to locally owned Beard's Diamonds, or you can go to one of those mega national chain jewelry stores. The national chains are pretty much all the same. In fact, did you know that some of them are owned by the same conglomerate? Yes, the same Wall Street company owns all the big names. So if you're looking for extreme value with genuine personal attention, come experience the Beard's Diamond difference. At Beard's, our diamonds come straight from the source. We hand select each one for maximum brilliance. We don't have to apply corporate markups and tack on salespeople commissions, so we beat the chains on price every single day. Beards has the strongest warranties, not gotcha clauses in fine print. Beards has all the top designers, including Tacori and Viraggio. Beards doesn't have out-of-state regional managers calling about sales quotas. We are all local, family-owned, with total freedom to do what's right for our customers. Beards Diamonds, all the selection, quality, value, and service you want from local people, accountable only to you. Beards in the St. John's Town Center.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hey y'all, I'm Hannah with the Deck Guys. We've been locally owned and operated for over 10 years in the outdoor living space. If you are looking to get spring projects started, like a new deck, pavers installed, or maybe a pergola, we would love to earn your business. Just remember,
Call the Deck Guys if you want a brand new deck, pavers or more. Call 904-813-2474.
thedeckguysjacks.com.
Everyone seems to be in a time crunch these days. Well, don't forget you can always count on the cold case at Dailies. Always convenient, always cold. Whether it's the king of beers, Natty Light, Stella, or Cigar City, or Goose Island, or Bud Light Seltzer, dash into Dailies and grab one to go.
If you never saw Zeppelin live, now you can know what it's like. And if you did, relive the magic of Led Zeppelin live. Get the Let Out is back at Florida Theater, March 12th. Get the Let Out. Find out what it felt like to see Zeppelin live. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res. Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings, priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. I've used them countless times at the Hicken House. I love it. There's nothing like coming to a zero resified house, man. Smells good, looks good, feels good. It's like a new house, man. That's what I love. Spring cleaning's a great time. And hey, take advantage right now. Get one room zero resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning as well. Don't forget about those air ducts. They're like the lungs of your home. They're dirty. Your indoor air quality suffers. And by the way, customer reviews, top notch, average 4.9 out of 5 Google rating. You can check them out too. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com. Tell us you want that station special. Say 1010XL, say Dan Hicken, say whatever you want. But say Zero Res. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res, right way to clean.
Get to know positions and players. The 1010XL Ultimate Draft Guide is brought to you by Blue Haven Pools, the #1 pool builder in Jacksonville. Follow rankings and roundtables as the draft takes shape. Go to 1010XL.com/2025 draft guide to get yours.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer. I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Jimmy may have left us, but the Coral Reefer Band hasn't, right, E?
That is correct.
What you got?
Oh, I got a pair of tickets to go see the Coral Reefer guys.
Yeah.
A pair of tickets to see Jimmy Buffett Coral Reefer Band. That's happening at Daly's Place on March 15th. So if you can hear me,
yes.
If you can hear me, hit me up right now at 904-641-1010 to win some tickets.
Do you know what's about? I determined that the following position might be the most risk harsh, reward negligible position in all of sports.
Good Lord.
Offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator gets blamed for everything, but except for the flat tire you had on the way to work.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I just read saw these just stories percolating around, the NFL and this situation and that, situation and, who's going to be hired here and who's going to do what where. And man, that OC, the best it's going to do is get you a job, and they're really hard to get, right? So, but you are like the lightning rod for everything wrong with the team. Like even as like the offensive coordinator seems to take as much of a blame, if not more, than the head coach. And is there anything else in sports where that happens? Where an underling takes more of a hit than the actual
Sometimes
guy?
they do, yeah. I mean, like hitting coaches in baseball, sometimes they'll be the first to go if the team's not hitting right a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
But they don't ever get,
That's kind of like an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, at least the offensive coordinator probably gets a little bit more of the good part of the publicity than the hitting coach too. But
making headlines all over the country this morning.
The Jags are?
No foul play in the death of the Chiefs fans found frozen in the backyard as charges and cause of death finally revealed. Remember those three
What do you mean
guys?
no foul play. If they got murder charges, that is foul play.
Well, I don't know. They found those three guys outside. It was freezing cold during that weekend in Kansas City. And so they wondered how did they end up outside? Kansas City police confirmed there was no foul play in the deaths of three friends found frozen in their buddy's backyard more than a year ago, putting to rest boundless theories that dogged the bizarre tragedy. The guys each died of fentanyl and cocaine toxicity. Bags of the dangerous drugs were found inside the dude's house where the friends had been hanging out to watch the Chiefs football game in 2024. 2 days later, the bodies were found frozen out back by concerned friends while Willis had been inside and apparently failed to notice them. The trio's family and friends long pressed for answers about how they were left out in the cold to die, while Willis claimed to be completely ignorant of his pals' bodies right outside the door. Finally, the loved ones will get some answers. Kansas City police did conclude their investigation, announcing they were bringing involuntary manslaughter charges against the guy who owned the house and his drug dealer.
Yeah. Again, we've said this all along. You don't get to go sleep for 2 days and act like you're unaware that three dudes are sitting out on your back porch frozen stiff.
This case is a tragic reminder of the dangers of street drugs, but make no mistake, the people who supply those drugs can and will be held accountable when people overdose. So, so they found the drug dealer and the house and the guy who owned the house, and they sold the drugs to the friends. And
here's what's sketchy about all that.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who owns the house, what does he just have some super fentanyl tolerance? I mean, why didn't he die?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they had to all be doing it, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure the guy that owned the house is he's the one having this drug party. Does he just do less, or he's just a different effect? That's kind of a strange part.
There was wild speculation that this, all the bizarre details of the case, that maybe this guy had poisoned his friends with some concoction of his own making. That's obviously nuts.
Or maybe he knew the fentanyl was in there and didn't say.
The drug dealer was known as the chemist by his friends because he liked to whip up cocktails of drugs to help them get high.
Just kids, if you're hanging out with a guy named Chemist, maybe go in another direction. We're not talking about drinking Kool-Aid here.
Yeah.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah, and this will lead into some interesting conversation because, at some point, at some age as an adult, if you're the one taking the drugs and you know the risks, why is it the guy who sold you the drugs' fault? And
because he's dealing a deadly substance that's against the law to deal.
There you go.
So that part of it I get. And it's a step shy of saying he showed up with a gun and the guy was minding his own business and he just shot him.
Yeah.
So I get your point. There's a lot more active engagement. But how are you going to punish him? He's already punished.
I mean, I understand.
He's dead.
I understand if it's a 17-year-old kid or something like that. I mean, I get that.
I think the only
you get into your 30s and you're making these decisions and you know the risk. I mean, I'm not any kind of drug expert, but fentanyl stuff is a real deal out there.
But you know what?
Know what you're going to get.
You have to at least punish the people that are providing.
That's fair. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just raising questions and interesting.
I've got a grade here on the Jaguars deal with the Texans.
A grade?
We've
got a grade.
Yeah, it screams unimpactful. The Jags get a C-. The Texans get a C.
Yeah.
And the Texans did take some financial. They could have got him cheaper if they'd waited. Here's what they.
I think it's a great move by the Texans. If they could fit in the salary, and you got a guy like Christian Kirk, and you grabbed him without having to, Now again, is he making too much money? So what?
Here's why the C. Here's why they get the C. With Stephon Diggs also slated to hit free agency. And Tank Dell, now probably going to miss the whole season after tearing multiple knee ligaments.
Oh, so Tank Dell's out.
He's out again this year. Okay. Yeah. He did that in the playoffs. But it was the second time that he had done it. The Texans were thin at receiver. Now they add Kirk, who does count for a significant cap charge of $15.5 million. So we also saddled their cap a little bit. That's a win, Jags.
Yeah.
Let's put 15.5 on their cap
for a year, though.
Yeah, but do we think he's worth 15.5 on our cap?
For this year, I want to spend up to the cap. So if I'm going to get this guy now, again, would I rather have Chris Godwin?
Well, we'll see.
Right. So if we get
would I rather address some things and draft a receiver?
Yeah.
Higher than we're thinking. I'm not saying 5 per se, but maybe use the second round pick on a receiver.
Mm-hmm. Jeffrey, I'll say it again. Field Yates has put out his draft rankings, the top 32 prospects, sitting there at number 6 of the top 32 prospects. That's the 6th best player in the country at 6'6", 256 pounds. Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State, 104 catches, 1,200 yards. A force with the football in his hands, 700 yards after the catch, third most in FBS, brushes off tackles with ease, plays with great vision and shows sure hands. Huge factor as a blocker as well. That seems like a tailor-made tight end. I think who was the kid? Cade Otton, was he the Bucks tight end this year?
The only concern I have is that the Bucks and then the Rams before that, they've never been real like tight end devoted offenses. Like the Rams tight ends have just been guys. They haven't been like super, they haven't been Pro Bowlers. They haven't been, headline grabbers.
Yeah.
And there's also the fact that we used a second-round pick on a tight end just a couple of years ago.
I don't care what we used on
Yeah,
him. Who's better?
Well, no. Who's better? Is Warren that much better than Strange than a guard or defensive tackle to take versus the air that currently occupies the spot? I mean, that's the bigger issue.
Well, they
got guard center issues now.
Yeah.
You don't have a center.
Yeah, well, I mean, is Will Campbell going to be our center?
I hope not.
Okay, then we got to sign a center.
I would think.
You don't want a young center with Trevor Lawrence. You're not giving Trevor Lawrence the best chance. Again, centers aren't that huge a deal, but you got to have you got to have a guy who's, So I would think you got to sign a center.
I'd be all for it.
But my point is, if these quarterbacks don't go, there are scenarios where Hunter and Graham and even aren't around.
Yeah, and even Campbell. Yeah, or some that
Mimbo will be around.
There's some that Hunter. It's not inconceivable at all. And by the way, I'll remind not you.
Mimbo number 8. Mimbo.
We'll remind everyone that there's still a lot of movement to happen. We are just starting. We got to go on campus workouts. We got to go interviews. There's going to be a lot more firming up of where these guys land.
I can't draft this guy. He's a dumbass.
It could very easily get to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Could very easily get to a point that Campbell, Carter, Hunter, and Graham go before the Jaguars pick. That those are the 4. Then what do you do?
Yeah. Tyler Warren.
Oof. Yeah, I don't want a tight end there, but that's just me.
I don't like your attitude.
Yeah. Got too many other needs.
I feel like I've unearthed something big here.
Mm.
Who are the free agent centers that are available? By the way, Jared Wilson, center for Georgia. Jonah Monheim, center for USC. Drew Kendall. Is that Pete Kendall's kid?
Don't know.
Is that possible? Boston College?
It would fit the age.
Pete Kendall be about that age?
I think so.
They have a kid at BC?
Is he from BC?
Drew Kendall, BC.
Then I'm sure it's probably
Pete Kendall's kid?
I would think.
All right. Can you give me some free agent centers, please?
Yeah. Well, the big one, the young one is
He is the son of former NFL guard Pete Kendall. 37 career starts at center.
Good for him.
First team All ACC, Jeff.
Number 1 is Drew Dahlman, 26-year-old.
Okay. Probably should have signed Cushion.
Number 2 is Ryan Kelly of the Colts is a free agent. More of a veteran guy. He's been a very good player. So I'm not getting his age. I don't know why they wouldn't give his age. They gave the other guy's age.
No one knows. 31. 32 in May.
Coleman Shelton of the Bears. I've also got free agent rankings.
I don't want nobody from the Bears.
Okay. I've got free agent rankings for each player. Dahlman overall is 26, which would be pretty high for a center. Kelly overall free agents is 80. Shelton overall is 99.
Tommy McMahon is confirming that.
Yeah.
Kendall is Kendall.
Sure.
Shout out, Tommy.
Evan Brown, 112. Nothing. There's not a lot there. But again, this is a position where you're just not aware of. If you're not Creed Humphrey, I don't know who you are. Let's be honest.
By the way,
3 or 4 centers that you even know who they are.
Can we pat ourselves on the back for a second?
Sure.
I think Tommy will be impressed too.
And then
Tommy,
I'm going to do one thing just to make you angry because this is like the easiest. This is the easiest trigger ever.
Not a lot of people would tie that Drew Kendall, Pete Kendall thing together.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's pretty impressive.
And a lot of people you could say, is that Pete Kendall's kid? And they look at you like you were speaking German. Right.
Yeah. Well, we knew that.
100%.
Damn right we did.
He was a prospect about that time that Tom was starting here. I bet you Pete Kendall played for Tom.
Tommy McManus just said he played with him.
Oh, yeah, so that means he did. Yeah. Because Tommy McManus played for Tom. I get it. All right. You ready to come in here and throw cold water on our guy?
What's that?
Oh, he's not going to like this one.
This is going to tick me off.
It's going to tick him off.
I'm not in the mood to get
this one bothers him a lot.
I'm riding high. I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. Gosh, I hate to do it, but I have to because it is news.
All right.
Oh, it's going to bother him.
Oh, dear.
Which Impact player has just agreed upon a 5-year, at least $100 million deal. Next 5 years. 5 years, $100 million.
NFL player?
What superstar figure in sports? You know, it could be any sport. I want y'all to tell me. I'd say it's really one of the more recognizable figures in sports. I don't know. Maybe that's going too far. But he's got a new deal, 5 years. So much they're saying at least $100 million. So what does that mean? He's been with his team really for about 20 years.
It's gonna be someone who ticks me off, dude.
Right. So if he's been for his team about 20 years.
He will become his franchise's highest paid player ever, so to speak, at $20 million a year. Going to get an annual raise of about $8 million. He's only making, it's a shame. I don't know how he survived on just $12 million a year until then. 5 years, over $100 million for the 57-year-old Stephen A. Smith. That's what ESPN. That's what That's what ESPN has agreed to pay Stephen A. Smith $100.
I saw that.
Can you imagine making $100 million for doing what we do?
Oh man,
that's insane. I don't understand ESPN. It gets less and less popular. It has less and less viewers.
Get the boss on the phone. Are we underpaid?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Are we underpaid?
See LeBron James check Stephen A. Smith last night?
What'd he do?
He just pressed him, and we can't hear what they were saying, but it might have to do with something Stephen A. said over there. I'm not sure.
Chuck went off on Perk last night.
I think I saw, was it CeeDee Lamb was railing on Stephen A. because he kills the Cowboys, and one of the Cowboys came back at him. I think it was CeeDee. I couldn't hear it. It just looked like Stephen A. looked like that uncomfortable laugh, and the other dude looked ticked.
It's about Bronny. Stephen A. confronted by LeBron James for his constant critique of his son Bronny at the Lakers.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal.
And LeBron's wrong.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. LeBron is wrong.
Yeah,
he is.
You want your kid? That's too bad.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Yeah, you're way out of line, LeBron. You manufactured all this. By the way, Hick, I'm going to give you something I gave ET the other day. You're welcome. I don't get them right all the time, but I can get them spectacularly right one of the time. So let me go ahead and tell you what's going to happen here in about April 21st. There's going to be about 4 games to go. Portland's going to come to L.A., and for the first time in NBA history, father and son will go for 20 apiece. They're going to pump up the Bronny here in the G League, where he's averaging 20-something. And because of mysterious injuries to about 6 guys on the roster, it's time to get another check on Bronny and where he is. So he'll get a start with LeBron sometime in April. They'll both get 20, and they'll get another spot in NBA history that'll never be approached.
LeBron James.
Yeah, book it. I'm telling you. Book it, E.
Are we over?
Yes.
Take a break. This is The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Put some wedge in your next chassis adjustment.
He said he was a little bit free.
This Sunday at Phoenix, NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on your NASCAR station. 1010XL.
You've heard me talk about Beaches Dermatology for quite some time. I've been going to Beaches Dermatology for a lot longer than that. Years and years and years. Doctors Boudreaux and Metz have taken great care of me throughout my time. Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Listen, golf coming up next week, baby. TPC, time to protect that skin from the sunshine. It's springtime in Jacksonville, FLA. Temperatures are warming up, man. If you're out there, don't say, I got to get tan. That's fine, but protect your skin, man. Protect those ears. They're susceptible. Those arms, long sleeve dry fits. Come on now. Take care of your skin. Let it last long. If something does show up on your skin, don't wait. Get it checked out. Go online at beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com. Find the location that will best serve you. You'll be glad you did. beachesdermatology.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Mia O'Brien here for Pro Jacks Roofing. Here at the Superstation, we talk a lot about pros. Pro football, pro baseball, pro basketball, pro sports. But if you want a true pro when it comes to your roof, you should call Mike with Pro Jacks Roofing. Mike's been in the roofing biz for well over 25 years, and when you call, you don't get a recording, you get Mike himself. Find Mike's cell on ProJacksRoofingFL.com. That's ProJacksRoofingFL.com. Don't rely on the third string option. Call in the starter with Mike at Pro Jacks Roofing.
Big names, new jerseys.
To me, the most important aspect of winning is chemistry.
Follow the free agent frenzy. Built by Superior Fence and Rail and Roland Leash Plumbing. Tune up the off-season with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods. San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
The LPGA Stars of Tomorrow are at the Epson Tours Atlantic Beach Classic, presented by Access Golf, March 6th through the 8th at Atlantic Beach Country Club. Tickets available at AtlanticBeachClassic.com. See the ladies shine on the First Coast.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back on the GFL Friday. We've reached the point of the program where I'm going to take a Dan Hicken accomplishment and I'm going to somehow spin this into an expert insight and analysis by yours truly.
I like that.
Yes.
What's my accomplishment?
The accomplishment is, and again, he can't say it, but he should be able to say it. He can't say it. It would just be in poor form. But for the first time in, my God, 20 years, my man here broke 100 yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
So all you walking around who at some point got saddled with Dan Hicken on a bad day golfing and walked away thinking, my God.
Yeah.
Now we're sub 100 now. Oh, that handicap's going to take such a massive hit. Going to put him down in the 20s somewhere. Oh,
Three pars on the back nine.
What a day. What a day for my guy. A 45 on one side and a 99.
Yes.
A 99.
Yes.
And again, this is where now I take it and put it on the rightful attention where it deserves. We came back from TPC, and what's the first thing that I told you the next day?
So you're hitting it good.
I hit it better than I've ever seen you hit it. I said that. So perhaps if you were listening to the audience, maybe you thought to yourself, hey, maybe Dan will break 100 in the next few weeks.
We argue about college basketball, bubble teams, conference records, and I've got one for you, a comparison that I'll throw your way. So I got Oklahoma like first four in at like 5-12. 5-12 in the SEC, and they're going to get in over, or Texas 6-11. I think they play each other this weekend, maybe.
By the way, just for the record, I don't see any value in Oklahoma or Texas being in the tournament. I think it speaks more to just the down. It's on everybody else. If you're not winning an argument of analytics over those records and those teams, what are you doing?
Right.
So anyway,
I'll throw a team that's got a proud college basketball tradition and that I think they should be in, and they're not in, and that would be Xavier.
They're hot. They may end up being.
They're 12-7
in their conference.
Right. And to me, a 12-7 conference team deserves to be in over a 5-11 or whatever it is, other team. They say Xavier has a 46% chance. They've won 6 straight and 7 of 8. They beat Creighton.
They're in a decent league. I think if they keep playing like they are, I think
there's not much more keep playing. They got one game left.
Well, I mean, you're not going to get an argument from me.
Yeah.
Xavier also has a better tournament resume than Oklahoma does. I will put Xavier. Now, I'm not putting them in though because they're 12-7 in the league and Oklahoma's 5-11. In fact, that has absolutely zero to do with why I would put them in. But
okay, why would you put them in?
Well, I'm never going to make the conference. It's beyond apples and oranges. It's apples and it's grapes and raisins. It's just you can't. One team's conference record has nothing to do with the others if one of the conferences is 1,000 times better.
Yeah, last 4 in right now are Ohio State, Arkansas, Nebraska, and Boise State. First 4 out, Oklahoma and Xavier, and North Carolina.
So they're both out.
North Carolina's been playing good, too.
Yeah,
they're still out.
So that's,
Man.
I think what would happen, though, the reason you get this is you're going to look up Oklahoma and you're going to find that they have beaten some teams that are very good. And I think you'll probably look up Xavier and you won't find those. Let's see what Xavier did out of conference. They played Wake Forest. They beat them. They played South Carolina. They beat them. They and by the way, that's South Carolina that you get credit for in the SEC. I mean, to your point, they did beat them. They lost to Michigan by 25. They lost to TCU by 4. Then they got in conference. But they have been. They did beat number 19 UConn. They beat number 7 Mark. Yeah, Xavier's a bad example. I don't know what Joe Lunardi's on this year. Why Xavier sounds like a team, and North Carolina, by the way, should also be in.
Yeah, he's got the Gators up to a 1 seed, and I'm here for Gators, Texas Tech, Wisconsin, and Kentucky in the region.
Ooh, Texas Tech, that is a bad one. I don't like that one.
Yeah, they're all tough, bro. Texas Tech, did they beat us a couple years ago?
Yeah, Texas Tech fires up those threes, and they play D, and they don't turn it over. Yeah. In fact, I read, and I know this because I've got these insane Texas Tech fans or friends of ours, but I read a column just the other day, 5 teams Florida doesn't want to face in the tournament.
Well, listen,
and that was one, and
you're going to get one of those teams.
Well, no, but they did it by round, like where you would face this team. It's not like they threw 5 teams you don't want to face, Duke.
Right.
No, but like there are certain teams in each potential round that would match up worse with Florida, and I think that was either the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 round. They had Texas Tech as the nightmare opponent.
Chuck Barkley, like I said a little bit earlier, went off on Kendrick Perkins and ESPN, who, by the way, we'll be working for next year.
Why? What's Perk done tick people off.
He's annoyed at
Barkley or Perkins?
Barkley is annoyed, and it's not that big a deal. Okay? But he's like, those fools at ESPN every single day talk about, and you'll look up and you'll see again, the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they talk about are the Lakers and the Warriors. And he goes, they've had a couple good 2 weeks. He goes, but the best stories in the NBA this year are the Cleveland Cavaliers and Oklahoma City.
I mean, with all due respect to Chuck, you got to watch ESPN for more than their halftime show because that's just so untrue. I watch SportsCenter every day. I'm one of the last ones. And the Oklahoma City and the Cavs, the Celtics from Perk and from Legs, they're all covered. Mm-hmm. So he's wrong. They're not just covering. Who did he say? The Lakers and who? Who was the other one? Or did he just said the Lakers? The Warriors. They cover the Celtics. That's just not. And by the way, the Lakers and Warriors deserve more coverage. They've got two of the biggest superstars who have won a combined 8 titles, who made big moves at the break.
I did enjoy Draymond Green getting it stuck to him for his stupid ass comments about Karl Anthony Towns, who took time away from his team to go to a.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know this story. The only Draymond, and I'm not a big Draymond fan, but the only thing that I saw, I did think was kind of cool. But I'll say that next. Why are you mad at him?
Draymond Green came out and criticized Karl Anthony Towns for ducking the Warriors. He's just ducking us. He doesn't want to play us, and said it real jackassery like he is.
What do you mean for leaving the?
They didn't play that game. He had to leave. He was at it. He went to a funeral for a family friend.
Yeah, that's
Nice job, Draymond.
I think
maybe know before you shoot your big mouth off.
I think these players have earned the right to be questioned when their time is off for any reason. But it was
maybe
never
not by a fellow player.
Well, and maybe not to avoid a specific team. I mean, if you want to talk about just missing games and having to suck it up or yada yada, but when you make it about when you now take the death of a family friend and you make it about Draymond Green, that's like me claiming credit for your 99.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday nights, it's really one of the worst nights of the year, and I do know this. It is literally Mrs. P's worst night of the year.
This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday night.
This Saturday night.
This Saturday is the worst. There would be a big argument. You could probably have a cult following that would.
That's tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night is the worst night of the year every year.
Is it Halloween?
Guys get it? There you go. I mean, no, it's not Halloween. That's in October.
Yeah. Is it?
But could argue that tomorrow night.
Spring ahead.
Yeah, we spring ahead. We lose that hour of sleep. Just total BS. Ahead. How about every year we just go back an hour? And twice a year, give us an extra hour. That's what we need. We need to be trading them back and forth.
Yeah, I don't like spring
and
ahead.
And it never, getting the extra hour in the fall is never as good as losing the hour in the spring is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't need that. We barely get enough sleep as it is, friend.
Right?
I don't need Saturday night at 2 o'clock to magically become 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've lost an hour. It's terrible. When you're a parent, it sucks. Mm-hmm. You can never get your kid on a schedule. It just it changes everything all up with the daytime, the sleep patterns. Good luck getting a little kid to sleep Sunday night. Because you're going to be sitting into bed, feeling like it's 9 or 8 or 7, and he's going to be feeling like it's 8 or 7 or 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, worst night of the year. This ridiculous. And by the way, why is there never any rhyme or reason? Why do I feel like some years they bump the clock in April? Am I wrong on that? Doesn't it seem early to be moving the clock or no?
It was in April.
It changes all the time.
Does it? Yeah. How's that?
Easter changes all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know if Easter and the daylight savings are
very
the
connected.
Same. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to make I'm going to make an early prediction right now.
Okay.
E, are you rolling on this?
Rolling.
I've been hot with my predictions lately. These are into the future predictions. I'm very good at them. I see things that others don't. I'm sort of omnipotent when it comes to the world of sports. I am the media mogul.
Just ask him.
I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I'll start it with this. Who is the best receiver in college football last year?
The kid from the Smith from from Ohio State.
Would you agree with that, E?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're not really doing anything. If you're about to say what you're going to say,
what am I going to say?
He would be the number 1 draft pick.
No.
Okay.
That's not what I'm going to say.
All right, cool.
I'm just for the point that I'm about to make. I'm going to tell you that when we're all in agreement that Jeremiah Smith was a man beast, child beast last year. A true freshman who was, whoa. I'm just going to tell you this right now. 2 words. I know next year's Jeremiah Smith.
Okay,
Dallas Wilson.
You're talking about the Florida kid.
Yeah.
Look at, well, then the Gators are going to, according to, this is what I'm drawing.
How do you like that?
Let me tell you.
Is that out there for you?
It's out there for me.
Let me tell you the offseason Florida has enjoyed now. Okay?
Dallas Wilson is the next Jeremiah Smith.
The offensive line, according to the quarterback, is the best in the entire country.
That's quarterback.
We're going to the running back room is ranked top 5 in the nation.
We may not lose a game.
And now we've got Jeremiah Smith at receiver coming in as a freshman after stealing him from Oregon.
We may not lose a game, E.
So here's the offensive court.
6'3", 200 pounds, and can move.
You know what? I've stumbled back into.
What do you think, E?
I like it.
I've stumbled back into my offensive coordinator comment. It was related to something specific, and it just got generic. But this is it. Like, I'll tell you why. It's all pain, no pleasure. It's all blame, no credit. Mike Bobo at Georgia. I'm talking about coordinators at good, at places that win. But if they're not perfect, they don't do good. It's all his fault. Like Georgia last year, they were no good because of Mike Bobo. We're never going to win with Bobo at OC. In Gainesville, it's Napier. Like, you're not in that. There are a lot of Gator fans. As long as Napier is not willing to give over that obligation on game day because, on-the-spot thinking isn't exactly the strong suit to this point, then we're going to have a ceiling.
Okay.
But at OC, that's what the OC, boy, they come at you quick. You never really get all the credit that you would, versus the blame that you seem to take, especially when you're on a good team. When you're an OC on a good team whose offense isn't good enough. And that's, by the way, that's cross sports, right?
Time to get 9 o'clock nasty when we return on the drill.
Oh, no.
It's happening.
Another classic moment in Jags history.
Jacksonville, a community determined to win an NFL franchise. A special addition to the National Football League.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in a hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Certainly facing some interesting economic times. Can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners, right? Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Listen, experience, expertise, knowledge, those are the ITP Partners. Those are Scott Regner and Reed Wingate and Janice Cobb and Dan Abel and Reagan Wright and Jeff Hartman and Chris Bryant, right? ITP Partners, man, they listen to you individually. They build a strategy with your goals becoming their priority. It's a great time to get in the game, and it's so easy. Go talk to them. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Make inroads. Call them, 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're from iFinancial Partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Duval.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services. Call 904-862-6769.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com. The Mr. Chubby's Bracket Challenge is coming. Following Selection Sunday, go to 1010XL.com, print your bracket, and bring it to any Mr. Chubby's Wings during Live Madness games. Get a free Miller Lite for every game you pick right. Top prize, Saturday passes to Welcome to Rockville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, this is David with Royal Pest Services. The fact that we've been bundled up the past month gave us an idea. Let's bundle up also with our Centricon and Pest Control Bundle, starting at $349. Visit RoyalPestServices.com for your free inspection.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, World Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging in the mirror? Fine lines, sun damage, redness? They don't have to be part of your future. I'm Dr. Mark Capel, a board-certified dermatologist, and I can help you look and feel your best without invasive surgery or painful treatments. Imagine rejuvenating your skin in a relaxing, comfortable environment with minimal to no downtime. Smooth out fine lines, even skin tone, and restore that youthful glow. Find out how to look and feel your best at Dermagnify.com. Dermagnify.com.
Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL, presented by Baker Glass. The number 7 Florida baseball team hosts Harvard tonight to open a 3-game series. The Gators are coming off a midweek win over FAU by 2 runs. Billy Barlow dazzled across 5 1/3 innings with 0 earned runs allowed. Blake Sear and Brody Donay each slammed solo home runs to help seal the victory. Wednesday's win snapped Florida's 2-game losing streak after they dropped Game 3 of their series against Miami, then lost to UCF Tuesday by 10 runs. The Gators are undefeated against the Crimson, with them sweeping Harvard in 3-game series in 2006 and 2016. William Peterson will start on the mound tonight in tonight's opener, with first pitch set for 6:30. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 55 degrees at 9 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah!
This is what it is. When the mood strikes, you got to take advantage.
Got to.
Clock doesn't mean anything.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And you know the night is always gonna be there anyway.
Take it away.
Gonna grab some afternoon delight.
Rubbing sticks and stones together.
Something like that.
The audio's not working on YouTube.
Sky rockets in flight.
Afternoon delight.
think you got it. All right, there we go. Welcome back on it. The boys get nasty, and on Fridays, especially nasty. We got Deer Drill today. That leads to hurt feelings and hopefully resolved issues.
Yeah.
I'm a little disturbed at some of just the baseline character that I'm getting in some of these letters. I mean, what are we doing out there?
Clean it up a little bit, fellas.
Clean up your lives.
Who said this? If the Mavs are going to trade Luka, that's one thing. Just get a better deal. No disrespect to Anthony Davis. If we had gotten 4 unprotected number ones in Anthony Davis and Max Christie, it'd be a different conversation.
I'm going to say Micah Parsons.
It's Mark Cuban.
Oh, wow. So he's taking a shot at the new owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real quick. Hey, not me. It's not me, because I'm sure a lot of people think it's Cuban still.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to that ownership like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something weird going on.
Yes, something weird for sure.
There's a guy in the news here for a contract extension, and it's a tough job. And good on him. And he's done such a good job there. And granted, with all the tools, but I would suggest that this franchise always has all the tools, and nobody else has been able to do it. And that's Dave Roberts going to get a contract extension with the Dodgers. And I know it's quote-unquote easy to win when you got all that talent, but the Dodgers were the quintessential choker, the underachievers of all underachievers. I mean, you think JU basketball went on a long run from 86. The Dodgers hadn't won a World Series since 88 until they won it back in, 2020?
Yeah.
I mean, they went 32 years spending buku bucks and getting little results. And Dave Roberts almost got fired. I think the year he wanted to, he guaranteed on Dan Patrick's show that we are going to win it all next year.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately he did, and now he's added a second one. And I hate the Dodgers, but I would say when it comes to head coaches for my least favorite teams, Dave Roberts bothers me maybe less than any other.
The Bills have locked in Terrell Bernard, 4-year, $50 million contract extension. So he's a good football player for them. And so he'll be hanging out in Buffalo for the next few
The big
seasons.
news here locally, the Jags just, cleaning house yesterday. Look, here's a good point to be made, too. We wanted a clean slate. This is what a clean slate is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason you get rid of the GM and coach because you want a whole new set of things. The roster becomes a part of that. And these were salary cap moves for the most part. And I do think that they looked and said, I can, with my picking and his coaching, we will match or exceed any production of Christian Kirk and Evan Engram. We got this.
Yeah.
And so they've also set themselves up, have the Jags with a lot more salary cap room than they had before, enough to make one big splash in free agency if they want to. Do you see them doing that? Do you see them grabbing a top 3 free agent at a position? In other words, do you see him grabbing a top 3 corner or safety or center? It's hard to know what they're thinking.
Yeah, it's
just
really,
a guess.
It's a guessing game right now. We can go by past history. We can go by, but I think that they would. I think they would. I think they'll go try to strike. I don't think they're going to go crazy. I don't think they're going to go. I think they understand what free agency is. But I think that they'll, I'd like to get I think to me the biggest need, I think that Gladstone has shown the ability to find receivers in the draft. I want to develop offensive linemen. But I think that to me, if I could sign 2 players in free agency next week,
corner,
a center and a corner.
Yeah. I'm okay
and only
with
the center because I don't really want to develop the center. That Kansas City got lucky with Creed Humphrey.
I will say this: the best centers the Jaguars have ever had have been drafted into. It's Meester, it's Linder, it's Jonathan Wade, guys you get in rounds 3 to 5.
That's true.
So you might can find
but
one
I'd be
there.
okay with getting like a veteran center and then young guys around him.
I would too.
And then getting me a corner that is, and whoever I get, if I get Carlton Davis, we did this earlier in the week, Charvarius Ward, that's an upgrade over what we had last year.
Oh, for sure. A huge upgrade. I mean, the guy we had last year just cut yesterday like nothing, like yesterday's news.
So then we have some options with the 5.
Here's what I don't want to do, too, though, because this is what the old regime would do. They would clear space. They would get all this money, and then they would just be hell-bent to spend it. I mean, doesn't matter who they're spending it on. Let's spend it all.
They might look to like a Javon Holland at safety. They might try that. Obviously, we need a safety, so there's a lot of moving parts with this team, and a lot's going to be determined on how much money they're willing to spend and who they're going to chase after.
I love me a young know-it-all.
Okay.
Well, it's like, you say something like, I know it used to be in April, and then, the young know-it-alls go, it's always been in March. It's never been in April.
Okay.
So here's the deep research. Here's the actual facts when it comes to daylight savings time and how, if you're archaic like us, it could seem a little bit early coming on March 9th. In our younger days, daylight savings time started on the last Sunday in April. In 1986, the start shifted to the first weekend in April. In 2007, it shifted to the second Sunday in March. So up until 2006 is apparently when never ended. So, life began in 2007 because it's never been in April. Some of you people just, think a little bit.
What would you think about...
Truck on fire on the Dames Point. Just throwing that in there, free of charge.
What?
A truck on fire on the Dames Point Bridge.
What would you give up for Trey Hendrickson? Who's been allowed to seek a trade?
Yeah, we need another edge rusher.
Yeah.
You can't have three. It just can't have three making $100-something million.
That's a tough.
I guess if you're going to do that, it means you want to trade Trayvon Walker, right?
You'd have to get rid of one of them.
Yeah, you trade one of the two for him.
I guess you're right.
And then you're not really getting that much better. So
no, I don't know. Trey Hendrickson's way better than Josh Hines-Allen.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah,
isn't he? I mean,
yeah,
he is.
Hasn't he done?
But the amount of sacks that Hendrickson had this year, Allen had the year before. So I don't know if he's way better. He's better. And he definitely is the more all-star level. He's going to be ranked higher everywhere. But Josh Allen is looked at as a top 10 rush in. We don't have a...
Here's why Trey Hendrickson's better. 13.5, 14, 8, 17.5, 17.5.
You don't have to convince me.
Yeah.
It was the way better part.
Does he get hurt, Trey Hendrickson?
Game started 15, 16, 15, 17, 17.
Okay.
So, no.
Now, fellas, question for you.
Yes,
With
sir.
all the moves that were recently made by the Jacksonville Jaguars front office, does that make y'all view the number 5 pick a little different? Mainly like the Mitch Morse retirement.
I think it
Now
does
we know
for
that
me.
Sheriff-
Like, I've brought up the tight end from Penn State a little bit. So, I mean,
Right.
and again, I think we'll get answers as we watch free agency unfold.
Yeah.
Then we'll be able to kind of focus in on, okay, maybe they need this a little bit more. But what you really want to have the ability to do is to take, who you think is going to be that star at whatever damn position, that dog.
And I tell you what, I feel pretty confident when we look back in 3 years or 5 years, and it's not going to be about the number 5 pick. It's going to be about somebody at some point in the history of the Jaguars starting to get some fruit from rounds 3 through 7.
But you don't want busts at number 5, and we've had those too, though.
Yeah.
So you can't get a bust.
This doesn't look super busty. I mean, there have been other years where it felt like it could be more busty than
You
this.
get on me
but
for
you
saying
never know.
boobs, and here you are with busty.
Yeah, I meant it in terms of
Just saying.
I meant it in terms
Fair
of,
is fair.
of being a Jags bust. But yeah,
I
again,
guess you're okay because it's past 9 o'clock.
No, I think that just shows where your head is all the time.
Man.
Yeah. That you took that and you made it about boobs.
Yeah,
It's
I was dead on.
somewhat
right?
amazing.
You was on point. Dad, did you watch your favorite show last night?
What are you talking about in there? You don't know how to dress anymore.
But come on, I look real snazzy right now.
Yeah.
I definitely should have worn
the
it.
Lakers beat the Knicks last night. This is what I got. He's running scared. He's afraid. Afraid to stare him down with the Lakers colors.
No, I was looking at the stats. I'm like, I can't wait to hit down with this.
A new evidence suggests that the NBA tried covering up the link between LeBron and the biogenesis investigation, with James Camp declining ESPN's request to interview him despite providing applicable information to back up their questioning.
That would mean more to me if I knew what that
longevity
biogenesis
still be
was.
impressive if more PED evidence comes forward in the future.
No, it wouldn't. That would be a big hit if he's
Right.
using
Super
PEDs. Yeah,
asterisk.
I didn't know that the PEDs were still a thing or that they were illegal or anything else. But if he's doing all this with artificial help, shame on him. I mean, and you should be treated the same way as Barry Bonds and others whose careers and accomplishments were extended by
Back in
banned
2013.
materials.
Yeah.
He does look amazing. There is this, like Tiger, there's no way his body looks like it does without this, whatever they're using, when he first came back. So, yeah, can a human being continue to be put together and function and form that way? I guess. I don't know. I didn't know that he was subject to all these. How are you taking that in there?
Man, fake news.
Be back with more on a GFL Friday.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. We like sunny skies and sandy beaches too. That's why we are Jacksonville Sports Radio. 1010XL.
Hey, couldn't be any happier to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I'm telling you, gang, that's how you'll be treated when you visit that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. Man, everybody there is so friendly, so nice. Smiles, happiness, talk sports. It's great. And listen, I got my boy Blue. I love my blue Silverado if you want a truck like me. But if you want a car, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got them all, man. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, in fact, if you can make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, first things first, go to morechevy.com. Why? Because they got all the vehicles there for you. And it's so easy to navigate. All the vehicles, sales, service, parts. Never been more easy to use. It's morechevy with an E.com. George Moore Chevrolet gang together. Let's drive.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
I'm Max Fink on your Gator station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen to the Gator Report all year round.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gator! What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold, hard cash. So you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy. From delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash, there are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Find the Celt in you. March 9 and 10 at the St. Augustine Celtic Music and Heritage Festival with Celtic bands, Highland Games, St. Patrick's Parade and more. CelticStAugustine.com. Sponsored by St. John's County TDC.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
So what you're telling me is you're a trendsetter.
I was a trendsetter with the white tennies. I did white tennies. And I still, by the way, we still get emails at the television station every now and then. They tell Hicken to get out of those white tennies. He looks ridiculous. And I'm like,
they never watched it.
It's been way too long of that, buddy. I've been doing this since the 80s, so I'm not getting out of the white tennies. I've ducked. I have a pair of black dress shoes. I wore to my daughter's wedding, I wore shoes, but I changed out of them into my sneakers for the party. Yeah. So very rarely do I wear shoes, I guess.
Real shoes. You wear sneakers all the time.
We call those hard bottoms.
Yes. Or even like these now, whatever these are.
Yeah,
you know,
casual.
Comfort
casual
level.
joints.
Yeah.
You and me both.
Yeah.
I have the
but
dudes
you'll go
on
with
today.
like the Crocs and stuff like that.
Like these are that's just the same thing. It's the same kind of casual, same kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
I got shoes like that too.
That's what I like.
I for me, it's the tie, Hick. I just went to a wedding in San Antonio again, made through the whole weekend without putting a tie on. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think I wore a tie to my daughter's wedding. Did I, E? I didn't, did I? I think I just did the blue suit and the white shirt.
Suit and white shirt.
Yeah, I don't think I put a tie on, Dan, since my last mandatory TV tie appearance.
Question for you as far as that, Jeff. How far up do you button up the shirt?
Depends on how sexy I'm feeling.
So, like at this past wedding, how far up was it? Was it just the top button unbuttoned?
The past one was a top button affair.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like the other wedding, it was at least two down.
It was, one down, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You got to, show him the money maker. He only looked that hot once in life. Right?
Show him
the blue suit, by the way, in the sense that I've dropped like the 25, the blue suit doesn't fit anymore.
Fit. Go get it.
So I had it now. I'm now like a Amazon shopping woman. I had to go clothes shopping before the last visit.
I guess we had some wind yesterday down there in Orlando for the API.
Oh yeah,
some of the stars were really struggling.
Yeah, they especially early. I mean, there were guys that got up and said, "Ooh, goodness, I don't want to play golf today." And then it kind of cleared up. And by the afternoon, they got a pretty big advantage. But a lot of guys had like front nines where they were even par, one over, and back nines where they were 2 or 3 under.
Yeah. Rory goes this morning. Scotty goes in the afternoon. If you're scoring at home, nobody's really making a move yet. Yeah.
I can't keep up with all the different, golf picks that we have. I don't know who I have for brunch. I don't know who I have for
the projected cut's +5 right now. So
and it's a tough golf course.
Yeah.
That's
and
not
by the way,
surprising.
this is not a full field, right? This is a signature event, so therefore you don't have as many.
I don't want to get into a big thing. This is not even meant to be.
But these are the guys who real quick.
Okay,
these are guys who didn't do well. These are good golfers.
Yeah.
Tom Kim, Minwoo Lee blew up. Sahith Theegala, Daniel Berger, Billy Horschel, Akshay Bhatia, Max Homa shot an 81. Cam Young, 82.
Homa's in trouble right now.
Yeah, he's tanked.
Yeah, very, very.
Anyway. Yes, what were you going to say?
This is not meant in any way to be snippy, but it's just a sports reality check. It's been a while now. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask each of you a couple of questions.
All right.
Is Liv playing this week?
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't pay attention to Liv, though, so I could care less.
You pay attention to sports, so certainly you could tell me.
You know what I saw?
Where the NASCAR race is, or who the.
No, I couldn't. But I'll tell you this.
I'm just using that.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I saw a video yesterday of Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, trying to set a course record.
And the guy at his house comes outside.
Oh, no, you're talking about hitting it over. And, yeah, that was.
No. So, no.
Hold it for a hole in one. Oh,
he's
no.
on a golf course.
Yeah. He's trying at something creek. He's trying. I haven't watched it all.
And some guy comes out and goes, "Hey, Bryson, what's up?" And the guy, Bryson, hey, he goes, "Man, I was just inside. Well, are you trying to break 50 or set the course record?" Set the course record. Wow, I'm out here with my daughter. She's not feeling well. So but I saw you, and here you are. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's my live.
That's
as much as I can give
he's
you.
the only one who really tries to grow the game. He's found a fun way to do it. I'm not saying he's putting in charity work, but Bryson DeChambeau took all that money and put it into, trying to grow the game to a degree. Mickelson just took the money. He hadn't done a damn thing, Dan, except spend it all. What has Mickelson done to, quote, grow the game? What a pompous jerk he ended up being through all this. It has not aged well for him in his perspective. And all the things that he said and, claimed, all these things they're claiming. For the record, this is what I was going to say. So, E.T., yes or no? Because Liv doesn't go all year long like PGA.
Correct.
So just first yes or no, is Liv playing this week?
I would say no.
Yeah, you're both wrong. They are playing. So now I'm just a generic question. Where is Liv playing this week?
I'm going to say overseas because I really don't know anything about it. So
of course it's overseas because it's unwatchable here stateside. Maybe that was snippy. They're playing in Hong Kong. And I say this because when I get up today at an ungodly hour, today it was a 3:10 we got up this morning, 3:10 ET.
It was on.
And I turned it on, and it happened to be on live. I was like, oh, well, shoot, there's nothing on right now. I'm going to watch a little bit. And it is, what a waste. Liv did the opposite of growing the game. They shrunk the game. They took some of the best players in the world, and they removed them from competition. They sheltered them from, like, Gen Pop sports fan. And I'm watching at 3 o'clock in the morning in Hong Kong, Cam Smith and John Rahm and, Dustin Johnson and Harold Varner and Joaquin Neiman and Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau. And I'm watching all these guys that should be at Bay Hill. And it's especially true because Terrell Hatton, who's done well at Bay Hill, he's won there maybe twice. He's won there at least once. He's really the only recent name who's left, but he's over there now. And I just thought to myself, and not from a standpoint, whatever, to each his own. They got their money. I'm not complaining about that. But if these pros were swindled into some emotion that they were growing the game of golf, then this morning was the real recognition by me that they've actually done the exact opposite. They haven't grown it. They've stunted it. They've taken away drawing points to golf, and they put them where literally no one sees them. It's amazing. Hong Kong is the answer.
Phooey. Stephen A. Smith says, I don't want to have to address this. I wouldn't have either had it not gone viral. Now I have no choice. First take at 10 a.m.
Don't care.
Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube. Some things have to be said. It's LeBron in his face. Apparently, he says, looks like LeBron is telling him, quote, keep my son out of this bleep, is what he's telling.
Yeah, LeBron, you brought your son into all this bleep when you demanded that the Lakers draft him, that you demanded that he start with you, that you play in the same game. So, stop. Yeah, just like you didn't want to be the face of the NBA.
Right.
This is stop.
Yeah. Anyway, Dear Drill next right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, it's the season of sandals and sundresses.
And the Players' Championship.
Listen for 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard updates. Channeled by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Magnify.
And Kingfish Pest Control.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal conditions.
Want to support a locally and veteran-owned company? If you need a new AC, we should be your first and only call. Ideal Conditions keeps you cool. Just ask your AC. Call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal conditions.
IdealConditionsJacks.com.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Our exclusive Fiberx windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not looking at the rear-view mirror of unforgiveness. It's so easy to keep looking in the past when someone has hurt or offended us. What we don't realize is that if we keep looking at the rear-view mirror of anger, it will cause us to miss out on the good things that God has in store right in front of us. Friends, looking in the rear-view mirror of the past will never give you peace in the present.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 7, 1966, NBA legend Magic Johnson is the second NBA player to reach 10,000 career assists, doing so in the Lakers' victory over the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, this is David with Royal Pest Services. The fact that we've been bundled up the past month gave us an idea. Let's bundle up also with our Centricon and Pest Control Bundle, starting at $349. Visit RoyalPestServices.com for your free inspection.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. Are you tired of wrestling with your old shower curtain? Then say goodbye to the curtain chaos and hello to a new frameless shower enclosure. Wago Glass is clear, classy, and won't stick to you like a toddler at bedtime. Plus, it makes your bathroom look bigger and brighter. Upgrade your shower experience and step into style. Call me at Baker Glass and get ready to love your new glass shower enclosure. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, time to cool down on a day of change with our Jacksonville Jaguars, but I think it's a good day. I think it's, I think the Dreamfinders Homes poll question echoed our thoughts. A little surprised by Evan Engram, but nonetheless, does he fit the offense? Not really. Probably not for Liam Cohen. So, yeah. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. So going forward, but you got to give the new guys a chance. Got to let them pick their guys, and you got to let them sort of sort out what they're going to do, and then we'll all sit back and judge. And you'll be judged, obviously, as Tony has told us a million times, by your wins and losses. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. How we get there doesn't matter. Cap room, this, that, doesn't matter. You're judged on Sundays at 4 o'clock. And it'll be 4 o'clock a lot this year because we ain't getting many 4 o'clock or Sunday night or Thursday night or any other games. So that's when we'll be judged. So get ready.
You preaching louder, harder than they saying amen.
Amen. Amen. You know what I'm in the mood for? I'm in the mood for a little deer drill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Brought to you by our good friend, Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com for all your concierge medical needs. Concierge medicine is a new and exciting thing, and it allows a doctor to practice more and be there for you when you need him. And if you have any questions or thoughts, just go to mypvconcierge.com, and you'll get all the answers. With that said, let's start the paperwork process. And E, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. A deer drill. It's kind of a sad one, but brings me down a little bit.
You guys got to toughen up out there.
This year was our high school class's 50th reunion. My husband and I graduated together from the same school. Isn't that nice? We've attended every reunion, and each one of them received the same reaction from classmates. They always talk to my husband, shake his hand, and hug him, but look at my name tag and photo and ignore me like they did in high school. I'll be the first to admit I'm nothing to look at. The only people who spoke to me were the teachers and my husband. I tried hard to be social, but my classmates just glared at me and walked away. One even said to a group of students, "The dog tried to talk to me." My husband and I recently celebrated our 49th wedding anniversary, so I asked him, "Why'd you date and marry me when I was invisible to your coworkers and classmates?" He replied, "It's in your head." He has seen the reactions from coworkers and classmates, yet it has never bothered him that I've never been acknowledged. It hurts so bad, I finally told him, I'm not going to any more reunions. I thought after 50 years, our classmates should have grown up. He told me I was being paranoid. It's never been in my head, Drill, especially when I extend a hand and tell the classmate it's good to see them, only for them to walk away. What is your opinion on this?
I would like to, for a couple of things are dawning on me here, E. I'm not cut out for this job. I got no time for this nonsense. I'm sure you went to a 50-year reunion, honey, and they all glared at you. You got some issues, baby. Mm-hmm. You got to go see some counseling, some therapists. You're enjoying your day. Everything's going your way. Then along comes Debbie Downer. Always there to tell you about a new disease. Killer bees. No, stop it. I don't know what to say here. You got like identification issues here, man. And I'm not going to get. You've been married for 50 years to your husband.
Yeah.
50 years. You're telling me year in and year out you go to it and the people glare at you and ignore you. No, I got to be honest. My sympathies today lie with your husband, lady. They will lie with your husband. I've never heard of such a thing of 60 and 70-year-old people calling each other dog. What are you even talking about? Ooh. Dog is like a term that we used when we were in grade school also, by the way, that no one has used since. Ooh, what a dog she is. Where? What part of town this come from? I got to take a drive and do some slapping today, E. Anyway, was that too harsh? Is that bad?
No, it's not too harsh.
I mean, what are we doing?
You did open up with, can't be so sensitive out there. Well, I'm going to tell you how I'd handle the situation.
Okay.
I've been in situations not quite like this, but some similar.
Mm-hmm. You've dated ugly women?
No. Just,
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Because no woman out there is ugly.
No, they're all beautiful.
Beautiful.
We love the ladies, the Guggenellas.
And the Guggenellas love the drill.
Yes.
So I force people to speak. For example, I'll say good morning or good afternoon, and they won't reply.
Just say it again.
I'll say it again even louder.
Yes, you will.
I'll look in their
I've seen
face.
you do that.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Yes.
But then if they still don't speak, then you have your answer. Don't speak. And then you just don't go where you're not wanted. Know your worth, queen.
Know your worth, queen.
It's you're too late in life to be helped, honey. If you're for 50 years, you walk in a room and think everyone's talking about you. Oh, no. That's on you.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I find your letter to be pitiful.
Sorry.
Yeah, move along. Again. And hubby, if you're listening, tell her. Go home and tell her. That's your wife just wrote that in.
That's the kind of advice we were looking for.
Is it not? I mean, listen, we keep it real, dude. We get too much in your feelings, wrap it up. Oh, I understand. Pat him on the head. Advice. Sometimes you got to get it right in the keister.
We definitely keep it real.
All right, got another one?
Dear Drill.
I'll try to be nicer. Give me something to work with.
I'm a single parent.
Okay.
My kid's grandfather, my father-in-law.
Okay.
I guess ex of the has offered to watch them at his house once a week. I'd love to take him up on it because it would help me keep up with all my responsibilities, but I hesitate because he wasn't an involved father. He has no parenting experience. He struggles with conflict management between the kids and his own temper. He has no sense. I don't trust he knows what or when to feed the kids. Also, his house is a complete mess. He never throws anything away. My kids do enjoy spending time with him, and we don't have much family, so I'd like to foster their relationships. How do I maximize the good and minimize the bad of their visits? How do I support him doing the best by my children without me being overbearing?
I would first have someone bring that 8,000-foot ladder over and climb up on down out of your tower there. Come on down here to real life.
I say it was going to be nice.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not judge a man who apparently raised kids himself at some point, but my God, you got so much judgment in there. The answer is no. Do not do that to that poor man who has made an offer to you, which apparently is a ridiculous offer because he doesn't meet your standards in any and everything. So, no, go pay for a sitter and let Grandpa, hopefully they can survive Grandpa for a couple of hours a week. With his far inferior parenting, conflict resolution, and all the other things. So you answer your own question there. Just get a sitter and just, make sure that Grandpa gets some time with him because he sounds like he does want to spend some time with him.
Man, you let Paw spend time with them children. He might instill some character, morals, and values in them children. Because what it sounds like is, baby girl, you don't have the character, morals, and values. I don't like that.
No CMV.
I don't like that. None.
All right.
I thought this guy was very typical judgmental. Like, it always amazes me, and I get it. We all have gone through it. I've been on both sides of the parent, grandparent, in-law, the whole thing.
We have time for one more?
It's kind of silly when young people think old people don't know how to raise kids. How do you think you got here, dumbass?
Dear Drill, I've been seeing a hairstylist for about 10 years. During the last couple of years, I don't feel like I've gotten the service I deserve.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I go in for a trim about every 2 months, sometimes longer to save money. She's extremely busy and sometimes delegates green hairstylists to wash and blow dry my hair.
Martians.
I appreciate that she gives new hairstylists a chance to get experience, but last time 2 different people worked on my hair in addition to her, and it took an hour and a half for a simple trim. On top of that, she charged me an extra $10. I like to tip everyone properly. A little something for the associates, 20% going to her. Sometimes she's a little late for appointments. The last time I asked for a different hairstylist, she gave pushback because I wouldn't take care of it. I'm ready to move on. Try somebody new. What is the proper way to break up with your hairstylist? I'd like to do it in person, but it could be awkward and she could get angry. Should I give an extra tip?
Wow. Man, alive. This is the easiest ghosting session that's ever been presented to a person.
Okay.
Easy.
You don't owe anything to it. You're to a proprietor of a business.
Okay.
And by the way, this
showing up.
This letter you just wrote me, you should have written to her or spoken to her without being a big baby about it because, again, we got a lot of babiness out there this morning.
Babiness.
But, yeah, I mean, what are you? Did you sign a lifetime contract? How do you get out of this? You never contact her again. You find another hairstylist, and that be the end of it. She didn't indicate they're like super friends or family.
Clearly they're not. Clearly they're not.
But,
no indication.
You might want to see a therapist about unhealthy attachments with just relatively, mundane people. This is just your hairstylist. This should not be a big crisis point for you.
Well, I mean, pump the brakes a little bit when you say just the hairstylist, because I get it.
Yeah.
Because it takes a while sometimes to find that good hairstylist.
Okay.
But once you started noticing the decline in what you've been asking for, the red flags were there.
Okay.
And then they try to overcharge you, little mama. Man, that's where you chuck up the deuces. Meet.
Deuces out.
I'm out.
All right. That's Dear Drill. Good job, boys.
Today was the day that tough love was required.
Tough love was required. Play us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Service
that poor
by
old man
Cool
married to
Cats
that one
Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated.
49 years of that banging your head.
Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Morning, Michael.
Good morning.
What do we got cooking on a football Friday without the football?
I checked the transaction wire and
Nothing?
I'm still here. So
okay.
All
right, good.
For me, it's good.
I
anyway.
had a busy day yesterday, man.
Look, it's, we bulky's got to go. We need change. You get change and People get shocked at times how abrupt it is. I think the one that surprised most people is Evan Engram.
Yeah.
We did a poll a couple weeks ago. Do you think Engram and Kirk will both be released, or will one of them go, both of them stay? 84% thought Engram would still be here.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought Christian Kirk would be gone, but
there's some talk that he doesn't quite necessarily fit the offense.
That's the whole thing, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Right.
Although, really, you look at it, and we'll talk about this today, Evan Ingram's a good player. I'm not trying to say he's not, but if you look at the pace he was on last year, through 9 games, he's on pace for under 700 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
For the whole year, he scored once for the team.
I feel like skill set, like if Pete Mitchell were in an offense that gave him as much opportunity as Evan Ingram had, that's to me a good comp.
That's kind of what he was. He was
like
a
a
great
Pete
safety
Mitchell.
valve in
He's a good player.
2023.
Yeah.
But he averaged, the last 2 years, he averaged like 8.5 and less than 8 yards per catch.
What's so strange about it is that he's that hybrid whose value should be his athleticism.
And you see it flash every once in a while. A couple of those touchdown catches that he made where you're like, wow, this guy's really got something. But apparently they just really want their tight ends to be the two-way types, that block and catch passes. The guy, I would like to see them at least kick the tires on the asking price is Michael Mayer of the Raiders. Who was the 35th pick in the draft 2 years ago. Yeah. And he's rumored to be on the trade block because of the emergence of Brock Bowers last year. I mean, he is the prototype of that kind of tight end.
Okay.
So, if you could get him for like a 4th-round pick, he's still cheap. The next 2 years, you'll pay him less than $4 million total.
I like that.
Let's go get him.
Have a great show.
All right, thank you.
Mike and Tony getting ready for Jaguars today on a Friday. Our work is done.
And Mayer had played so good, it made the Bowers pick a little bit surprising. I mean, Mayer's kind of coming a little bit. That's interesting dynamic. Thank you, though, Hick. Have a great weekend yourself. Enjoy your Friday. Jaguars today is next. It's been a GFL Friday on The Drill.
I say we meet them at the airport.
Your radio highlight reel.
Caught for the touchdown.
1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Toyota, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. We're proud to offer a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. We're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, where we're ready to give you peace of mind for a lifetime.